What is up, everyone? We finally have haul number 2 in, and I finally get to open it. This haul took 33 days to ship to me, and here I am finally unboxing it for you guys. Before we start the video, if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into the haul unboxing. The first item we got here is the Jordan 11 Cool Grays. I decided to go with the LJR batch with this one, and honestly, when I got this, I was actually quite surprised that the box wasn't like crumpled up or anything. It was kind of straight and neat. Looking at the shoes though, they look clean as hell. Starting with the pros with these shoes, the shoe build and the quality of the shoe feels very nice at hand. The laces are nice and thick, like similar to the original Jordan 11s. Jumpman logo looks good. The 23 in the back also looks good. The cushioning in these shoes makes the shoe quite comfortable to wear and walk around in. Going into the cons, the shoe has some double stitching here and there, but that is pretty common with shoe reps. When I took it out of the box, the shoe had some like leftover glue and stuff on it and had like this factory glue smell. But honestly, I wiped off the glue and the smell should be gone after like a week of usage. There isn't realistically any other con that I can list about these shoes. The cons that I list are like very minute and the defects are just not seeable just by looking at it from another person's perspective. I also heard that with some of these shoe reps that the color leaks for the side material once it's exposed to like rain or heavy water. I didn't use these in a rainy environment yet, so I guess we'll see. But overall, with everything said, these shoes are definitely a 10 out of 10. Next up, we got the Nike Tech Sweatpants. Going straight into the pros with this, the quality of the sweatpants feels really nice. I can say that I'm a big fan of whatever material that they use to make these because it feels nice on your skin. The rubber embroidery, the Nike embroidery feels good. It also looks in place, like when I try to kind of scratch it off, it doesn't scratch off. The back pocket also seems to be okay. Moving on to the cons with this, I have one big complaint, and that was definitely sizing. One, when I wore these, I swear to God, it looked like booty shorts on me. So if you're planning on buying something like this, definitely size up. And two, the cuffs were just incredibly tight. I had someone shorter and lighter than me wear this, and it fit them nicely, but he also complained about the cuffs being really tight. So I don't know what's up with that, but maybe it's just like that with these techs. But overall, again, if you're buying something like this, probably size up. And that is my only single legitimate complaint. Everything else seemed fine. And for that reason, I will still give these techs a 10 out of 10. I just, again, wish I sized up on these so I could actually wear them. Moving on, we have the Ralph Lauren Leisure Pants. These sweatpants came from the same person I bought my sweater from the first video. Getting straight into the pro and cons, I'll start with the pros. Material feels similar to the Nike Tech sweatpants that I had, which is pretty good. I am a fan of the material that they use for these. Unlike the Techs, the cuffs did not like just squeeze onto my ankles. It was pretty comfortable to wear. Laces seemed good. Back pocket had no issues or anything. Moving on to the cons. Dude, I swear I don't know why I keep messing up with these sweatpants, but this also ended up fitting me like a booty short. It just wrapped around my skin, so probably size up on these if you want them to fit you a little bit more looser, baggier, but if you are a fan of that tight fit, go ahead and I guess buy it whatever size that you regularly wear. Another con that I can give right now is with the embroidery. At some point in the video, I kind of like put it up into the camera, but you can see that the embroidery has some oddities to it, which I don't know if it is supposed to be like that or not. And what I'm talking about is the polo stick on the embroidery. The stitching looks a little bit weird. I don't know if it was supposed to be like that. I tried doing some research to compare it to retail, but I couldn't personally find anything. So just let me know in the comments, I guess. But with everything being said, overall, I am a fan of these, so these are definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. Next in line here, we have the Nike X Nocta Tech Zip. Going into the pros, the material on this is absolutely incredible. The rubber on the zips feels nice. It doesn't peel or anything. The hood, for the first time ever with any rep that I received, did not look like a wizard's hood. The prints on this also looked pretty good. It like had no peeling or anything. The Nike logo felt and looked good. The Nocta logo behind the hood also felt and looked good. One of the most important stuff with these reps is the zips. The zipper felt nice. There was no like weird struggling for me to pull up the zipper. They used YKK zippers as well. The material and the quality of this piece was also pretty nice. And there was no fit issues. Moving on to the cons, there honestly is no con that I can tell you guys with these. Like maybe if I was going to be a perfectionist, I'd say the zipper could be a little bit better. But even with that, I honestly think that the zipper was pretty fine and it zipped up nicely. So overall, this thing was pretty good, and what I would give it is another 10 out of 10. Next up, we have the second zip up, which is the Polo Ralph Lauren zip up. I bought this zip up so I could wear it as a pair with the sweatpants. Starting with the pros with the zip up. Quality of material used feels very nice. It's quite breathable. The laces also seemed good. The tags around the neck area also looked nice, and it was also a pretty good fit. Moving on to the cons with this zip up. My first con would be definitely the zipper. They used the YKK zips on this one too, but zipping it up felt rough. And then when I fully zipped it up, zipping it back down also required me to put some muscle into it, which definitely should not be happening. Second con would be there was some weird stitching in the back. I don't know if that was for the neck tag, but I mean, if that's supposed to be there, so be it. I'm not too sure if it is though. Again, let me know in the comments if it is or if it's not. And those are all the cons that I can realistically give with the zip up. I was a little disappointed since I also heard that Rep Kingdom zippers were pretty good, but maybe the one I got was just really rough. I don't know. But overall, with the zip being my only real complaint, I'm going to take 1 point off for that, which makes this zip up a 9 out of 10. Moving on to the next item, we have a Palm Angels tee. It's a blue spray tee with New York on it. I saw this tee in one of the reseller stores in New York when I went to visit. There's also several variations to this tee, but I also decided to just go with the New York one just because of the blue. Starting off with the pros for this tee. The material definitely feels nice. The print quality also is pretty nice. The neck tag has that silicone print on it, which had no peeling or anything like that when I tried to scratch it. Palm Angels also has this like specific tag on their tees that has a certain feeling to it. It's kind of hard to explain, but this tee definitely had that. Moving on to the cons with this tee. When I wore this, the backside of my neck was just like popping out. What I mean by that is like the collar from the front would stick to my neck, but the backside would just be empty, so it would kind of look weird and it popped out of my back. But I fixed that issue by pretty much just straightening it out, kind of like pulling on that area or just adjusting it a little bit. So maybe that con wasn't even like a real con. You just have to adjust the t-shirt to not do that. And there is quite literally no other con that I can give you with this. Overall, this tee was definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. Everything was on point. Print was nice. The tag was nice. So yeah. Last but not least, I got the favorite item in the haul. Presenting it last, of course. A lot of people on Discord were asking me, did I get this yet? How was the quality? How did it feel? And now that I have it in hand, I can tell you that the quality feels very good. The prints on the tee also looked very good, felt nice. There was no fading. I already wore this tee like once or twice, went out to the gym and went out casually. Washed it once, there was no color fading or anything like that. The letter print in the front and the back also looked pretty good. Again, no problem with the prints. No problem with anything else. It also has that metal tag that represent tees usually have towards the waist. The neck tag and the wash tag looked nice. And these are all pros. I cannot list you cons about this tee. I personally loved this tee. I'm definitely planning on copying a different colorway for this, but they haven't released it yet. There was only the blue one and then the black one, but the black one was out of stock, so I had to cop the blue one. They also seem to have that washed look on the tee on point, which is pretty nice. And again, I cannot repeat this enough. I am a huge fan of this tee. So my overall rating for this tee is an 11 out of 10, which is maybe the only time that I'd ever rate an item this high. Alright, so if you made it this far, I'd just like to thank you so much for watching through the whole thing, watching me yap about the stuff that I got. If you have any questions for me about anything, just feel free to join the Discord and just tag me in my Discord. If I'm not editing a video or doing anything else, I respond pretty quickly. If you want to support the channel, please subscribe and like the video, and with all that said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.